Hello and welcome back to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here with me today. We are going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests, and then transition into a very peaceful and passive Reiki session. So if you're new, go ahead, click that live chat button. Feel free to say hello and introduce yourself and ask for any support or healing intentions that you have. And I will go ahead and reflect it in the grid. If you are watching this as a video replay, hello from the past, you will absolutely enjoy this just as much as if you were here live. But if you would like to join me live, my schedule is listed in the description, and you can also subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss an opportunity. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance session or reading with me, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, go ahead and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com, which is linked in the description below. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's go ahead and check out the grid already in progress, and I'll start taking some of your requests. Awesome. So we are starting things out with our copper spiral. This helps to break up energy blockages and get the chi flowing optimally. And we are starting off today with some citrine because I know that's going to be in everyone's requests. Citrine is a beautiful stone of manifesting abundance, especially if that abundance involves financial support. Absolutely. So we've got some citrine there to help kind of anchor the grid, and we'll have some other stones as well. So let me go ahead and say hello to everyone. Tina, Queen Libra, welcome in. Chris, Jennifer, good to see you all. So glad to have you all here. And yeah, let's see what we can help with. Okay, good stuff. I can definitely support a lot of these. So, start off with Jennifer. Oh no, you're feeling ill. Sore throat, cough, exhaustion. Probably fall back asleep. Yeah, rest is always the best thing. You don't feel sick, but it's also more than allergies. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to tell. Let's bring in some moss agate. Moss agate is great for any kind of illness or infection that might be spreading throughout the body quickly. As they would say in Chinese medicine, has wind, meaning it's moving through the body quickly. This is great for all of that. It's also a very spiritual stone. It is very helpful for doing higher self work, inner child work, and feeling more connected to spirit as well as nature. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Moss agate is so pretty. And I see a couple other folks are having some like cold, upper respiratory kinds of things. That's been kind of the recipe of lately. That's been a lot of folks with that. So let's go ahead and say, let's see, sore throat, cough, and exhaustion. So we'll do some blue lace agate. And we'll do some let's definitely start with some blue lace agate. Wonderful for a sore throat as well as skin allergies and even a tension headache. Also really thought helpful for things like osteoarthritis and fractures, but it's wonderful for the throat, everything having to do with the throat. On a more emotional level, this is a stone that can really help you to communicate your feelings, especially if it's really tender and difficult to get your words out. Also, if you have to say something that you're worried is going to be hurtful for another person to hear, this can help you be gentle in how you share it. So this is blue lace agate. And next, we have some green kyanite. That one is superb for the throat and upper respiratory system. It's also great for asthma and for taking our spiritual life and our more mundane life and merging them for a more balanced way of living. So this is green kyanite. It's also wonderful for gaining wisdom through intuition, as well as connecting with plants and spirits of nature. So this is blue kyanite. And I'm going to go ahead and just line these up because the more aligned everything is, the easier the whole grid will go. Pretty good. Awesome. I hope you feel better, and I definitely hope that you get some good rest. I'll definitely put in some good rest stones for you in there too. So let's actually go with labradorite is great for sleep. It's also wonderful for workplace harmony, getting along with all of the coworkers, having everyone kind of moving in the same direction. And it's also wonderful for like detailed attention to a lot of information. If you're doing research, if you are doing any kind of data science, anything like that, coding, this is a really excellent stone to help you pay attention to those really fine details and kind of make things better where you need to. It's also great for clairvoyance, which is your spiritual sight, and it's thought to help when you're traveling, for you to help make sure that you are making the proper amount of time for fun. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Great for some good rest. Actually, let's do... Awesome. Thank you for being here, Jennifer, and I hope you feel better soon. Hey! Oh, it's Patty and Key. Lots of love to you both. I'm so glad you're both here. Let's see. So next is Queen Libra. It's so good to meet you. Let's see. Heal your mind, body, soul. Open and heal my chakras. And being more open to love. Absolutely, we can do that. So mind, body, soul. Got that. Helping to like heal and balance the chakras. Got that. And being more open to love. Okay. There's a couple good stones for that, and I think we're going to end up using a couple of them today. So first, right off the bat, we have the mind, body, soul kind of balance. Absolutely. Snowflake obsidian. There's a lot of ways this stone can help us. It's if you're doing any inner work, many people would term that shadow work, working on the parts of ourselves that we're less aware of, but are wounded nonetheless. And it's kind of going to the tender parts of ourselves and doing the harder healing work. This is a stone that can really help you with that. It also helps alleviate any feelings of guilt, especially if it's misplaced guilt. It's great at calming overstimulation and balancing the body, mind, and soul. It's superb with that. It's also great for serenity, peace, and hope, especially after times of loss or sort of reopening your heart to after something tragic or difficult, to try to walk in that balance once again of body, mind, and spirit. It's great for clairaudience. So labradorite was clairvoyance. Clairaudience is spiritual hearing, so hearing your spiritual guides. It's also great at breaking old patterns and, bringing in new ones. So I'm going to bring in snowflake obsidian. Obsidian is volcanic glass. For the chakras, I'm going to bring in some aragonite and blue Caribbean calcite. These stones are really powerful. There's recently been quite a bit of it getting mined in Pakistan. And this is 2 different types of calcite in one specimen. And you can see there's some blue and there's some tan. Yeah, the blue is the blue Caribbean calcite, which has to do with our soul star. That's actually above our crown. And that's like the spiritual highest version of what we can hope for and reach for. It's our spiritual North Star. And the aragonite, the tan, connects with our Earth Star chakra, which is beneath our root. That center is where we take our soul's purpose and make it actionable, where we actually show up and do the work and meet the people and do the things that are about taking our spiritual purpose and making it actually happen. Because they're at very opposite ends of the energy field, this helps balance everything in between. So it helps to balance the chakras, and it also helps to it helps the kundalini, which is coiled at the base of the spine. It helps that to flow as evenly as possible. It's sort of like a one-stop shop for like tune-up and balance of the energy centers, while also really helping us to be connected to our spiritual guidance as far as like soul's purpose and the ability to walk forward unfettered into that. So we'll bring this in. I really, really love this stone. And for opening up to love, one of my favorites is actually Moonstone. Moonstone helps us to connect to the rhythms, patterns, and cycles of nature as the moon controls the tides. So this is one that is very connected to, like I always think of it as being very connected to the High Priestess in the tarot deck. This is ancient wisdom, protection of women, women's health, healing modalities, spiritual knowledge and wisdom, especially old spiritual wisdom and knowledge. It's also very protective of women and helps us to call in spiritually aligned soulmates, opening our heart to love. It also helps intuition, and it's very protective of folks as they travel. So I'm going to go ahead and bring some of this in. I'm actually going to take these smaller pieces and just place them under the labradorite, because labradorite and moonstone are very related stones. So I often like working with them together. I don't always do it, but if I can, I do. So all the best to you, and if you think of anything else, let me know. Chris, I'm going to work on yours because that's so cool. Creativity, balance, grounding, and open mind. Absolutely, and feeling drained. Oh, Tina, you have inflammation in your ears, so something for that. Gotcha. Fiat Luna, Goddess of Four. Oh, what's the name of that again? So the stones I picked were... in order, it was Snowflake Obsidian, and I'm typing them out for you. Pardon my clackety keyboard. But it's a lot easier to see them spelled out than it is to just hear them. So Snowflake Obsidian, aragonite with blue Caribbean calcite, and moonstone. So there you go. I've typed them in the chat for you there, Queen Libra. And Susan, wonderful to see you. Okay. Let's start with some... There are a couple stones that can be really helpful with like feeling more energized. For physical energy, I usually reach for rutilated quartz. I just don't find anything quite like it as far as being able to regain energy after being sick or really run down or anything like that. Rutilated quartz is clear quartz with what are called rutils, and they, if you see them here, it looks like it's sparkling, but it's actually long rods going through this quartz. This helps to, one, focus the energy. So this can help to bring focus to the mind and balance to the mind-body connection. So definitely supportive of Queen Libra. And it's also helpful for taking the energy that we are getting in any kind of healing, whether it's medical or done with yourself or even mental health, whatever it might be. And it takes all of those healings and it basically is thought to help direct that healing exactly where it's most needed in the body. So this is one that's been a gift for folks that are struggling with cancer for many, many decades now with that intention. It's also superb for, as I mentioned, bringing our energy back up after we've been really depleted or if we feel just physically exhausted. So this is rutilated quartz. Okay. We also have polychrome jasper. I did see some requests for joints and things and lower body. Polychrome jasper can be really helpful for a lot of these things. Basically, polychrome jasper, it's not so much like a physical energy. It's more like the energy of, it helps to reignite our passion for our soul's purpose and helps us to feel motivated and self-confident. I'm also bringing it in because it's helpful for the joints, and I saw Fiat Luna mention that, as well as the arms and the legs and just movement in general. But this can help kind of take the energy that you do have and help you apply it appropriately to what's most important to you. It's also very connected with the Earth Star chakra, so taking our soul's purpose and making it actionable. So that can kind of help in both ways. I'm just going to put one piece here and one piece here. And that's polychrome jasper. Creativity, absolutely. And inflammation for the ears. I'm going to do the inflammation for the ears first. So, a great stone for inflammation, like pain and inflammation anywhere in the body, is lapis. Lapis is also really helpful for integrity, having a good talk-to-do ratio and holding yourself accountable to doing what you've promised. It's also great for improving your career opportunities. In addition to all that, it also is helpful for the inner ear, whether it's hearing loss, vertigo, or really stuffiness. So this is one that's great for the pain and inflammation as well as ears. So I'm going to bring that in. And also for those of you feeling under the weather, feeling ill, I did bring in moss agate, which really can help with any amount of illness spreading through the body. For creativity, I like to blend two. So creativity is really born of the sacral chakra, which is beneath the navel, and then is expressed through the throat chakra. And I feel like when I work around creativity, supporting both areas is really helpful. For the sacral side of things, for actual creativity in and of itself, this is carnelian. Carnelian is good for everything having to do with the sacral chakra, which is relationships, how we relate to everyone around us, community, society, all the people we work with, and absolutely romantic relationships, sex and sexuality, as well as fertility. It's also thought to be really helpful for colds and allergies and wound healing, as well as attracting romantic connections. So this is definitely on course for what you were asking for earlier. So, but yeah, the creative force is very much in the sacral, and this very much helps it. So I'm going to bring in carnelian. And for the throat, lapis definitely helps the throat, but even more so with expression is sodalite. Sodalite looks a lot like lapis, but it's quite different. So Sodalite helps with how we express everything, and not just spoken word, although very much spoken word, but also writing, performance, any way that you truly bring yourself out and show it to the world. It can also help relieve symptoms of menopause, as well as grounding impulses, and it's thought to be really helpful for homesickness. So this is a good one. We'll bring that in. Let's see. So that should help there too. And for grounding, let's bring in some hematite. And I know Chris loves hematite. I do too, and I always forget about it. But hematite it's got a very high iron content, which makes it very physically heavy. And this is one that has been used, I mean, it's even written about in the Bible and pre-biblical times. This was thought to help clear the energy of the body, which was thought of as one and the same as the blood. They realized that the blood was definitely like what helped bring life throughout the body. And yeah, it carried oxygen. We just, we said, hey, that's how the energy moves in the body, which is, yeah, that's a big way to look at it. This is thought to help clear, connect us to the earth and let go of the energy naturally that we no longer need, so it can be restored and renewed through the earth, and just helps us to feel more connected to earth, helps us to get back into our physical body and focus on our regular mundane life when we're feeling ungrounded. So this is hematite. And as heavy as it is, it's quite brittle. And anyone who's ever had like a hematite ring might be able to speak some truth to that for sure. Hey, heart. Absolutely. The last weeks of teaching high school kids is very trying. Oh, man. Yeah, especially seniors. They get that senioritis. Yeah. And Stephanie Johnson, welcome in. And Queen Libra, you're absolutely welcome. Okay, healing and strengthening the right knee. Celestite selenite. Oh no, a herniated disc. I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay. Yeah, it's amazing how our requests always line up. But if there's anything else I can bring in for you, do not hesitate to ask, Patty. I'm happy to. Susan and Greg, so good to see you both. Intentions, peace, and harmony. More joy. Recognition for writing. Keep healing from hip surgery and increase energy. Support for Cora Carr and family. Absolutely. And thank you for thinking of everyone else too. Peace and harmony, we definitely have snowflake obsidian. I love that we're it's something called communal chi, and I know a few of you are new. I don't talk about this in every session, but part of what makes this work is the concept of communal chi, which actually comes to us from Chinese medicine. And it's part of what's at play in community acupuncture too. But basically, the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater that the potential is magnified. So just by being here and taking part in being here for your own healing, it helps exponentially expand what's possible. But additionally, we found out that we have way more in common than different between doing tarot for all 12 signs, doing this. We find that we definitely tend to work through the same themes at the same times. It's just seems like very, very true. And so I'm going to go ahead and say like it'll happen a lot where we'll use the same stones. And it's like, yep, for that too. So let's do recognition for writing. Recognition is very much a citrine thing. Absolutely a citrine thing. but I'm also going to bring in writing. Sodalite is certainly helpful, but blue tiger eye is a great stone for writers. This helps with, first of all, with calm and easing stress, which I don't know anyone that couldn't use a little bit of that. But it's great for bold communications, speaking your truth, and having your voice carry out and be heard. It's also great for protecting truth tellers and facts over feelings, if that's relevant to any of you. Public speaking, but yeah, anytime you're writing or speaking your truth, it helps it to carry. So citrine, definitely helpful with being recognized and this kind of bringing your voice out to everyone. So I hope that these two work together to support that. Let's go ahead and this is blue tiger eye. So many of us are familiar with golden tiger eye, and this has some golden in it. But if you look at this one here at the front, that's blue tiger eye. So we'll go ahead and make some space there. Okay, good stuff. So I hope that helps there. Healing from hip surgery, polychrome jasper, as well as I'm going to definitely bring in the Howlite. We have been having a whole rash of joint issues for sure, and Howlite is superb. So this is whether it's the bones or the joints, whether it's dislocation or fracture or just aches and pains or inflammation, whatever it has to do with the joints, this is the stone. White Howlite is also thought to help the bones, whether you have brittle bones or you have difficulty absorbing calcium, and that's definitely a me thing. I work with this a lot for that. It's also got some really incredible emotional facets to it as well. It's excellent for anger, resentment, and frustration. It helps to take the sting out of those things so we can start to think about like, okay, rather than blowing up, what is a good way to deal with this? What can I do? What options do I have? And it can help us to kind of reflect on these feelings as more like an impetus for change than just volatility. So I'm going to bring this in. And it's also great for learning things that might intimidate you, if that's ever something that you're worried about. Increase energy, we have rutilated. More joy, absolutely. Our favorite joy stone, between this and honey calcite, I think they're our favorites. Yellow calcite. Yellow calcite is really helpful, and this can even help Greg as well. This is great for optimism and bringing joy into your life. It's also great for self-confidence and clearing any blockages around the solar plexus. That's the chakra or energy center that's most connected with our sense of self and our motivations, what we want in life. It helps us to prioritize our wants, needs, and desires in life for those of us who have a hard time bringing those out. It's also great for releasing any feelings of need for approval. It can be really supportive of that. But overall, it's wonderful for boundaries and self-identity and speaking your piece. Like, it helps you to be who you are. So I'll bring this in, but it just brings so much bright and sunny joy. Here we go, yellow calcite. And I think that's good. And I'll also bring in, I'll take this moment to bring in some sapphire. Sapphire is good for speedy justice. helping the thyroid, as well as it's thought to be supportive of folks with dementia, both the individual and their caregivers, friends, family. It's also very connected to the angels, superb for channeling, or if you're connecting to your angels or your guides. This can be very helpful, but it can be a little ungrounding if you use it that way. I would definitely have a good solid grounding practice before I'd bring this into my channeling. And yeah, it's also good for the eyes and the ears. So this is definitely supportive of ears as well. So I'm going to bring this in. Maybe we'll start another. No, we'll start here. Okay. And so lots of love to both of you. I hope everything keeps getting better. Blue sky. I can write all the crystals down when I'm done. It might take me a bit because I'm teaching a Reiki class right after this, but later on tonight I can just type them all out in the description, so if you come back and check, you'll be able to see them all there. Good request for blue sky. Fire opal, Larimer. Okay, cool. PMS, tension, and headaches. You're welcome. Oh, that's awesome, Queen Libra. I'm so glad to hear it. I'm glad that you mentioned it because there's there's a coupon code right now in the community tab for everyone here because you all pushed me over 800 subscribers and all of you really rallied around that. Love you all so much. Go ahead and take a peek at the community tab. There is I do Reiki classes right now. I'm working on my crystal classes. But the coupon code for crystals, it's 15% off any purchase 25 or more. And for Reiki classes, it's $30 off as long as you enroll by the 30th. And this is the coupon code. YouTube 800. Yeah, I'm working on the crystal class now, so that's coming up soon. But I do Reiki 1 through Mastering. In fact, some of the folks that are here in the chat are students and grads of mine, which is always so wonderful to be able to be in touch with you all. Such a wonderful community. And let's see, request, hope me and the cats are doing well. We are. The kitties just had super extra playtime today, so they're super happy. Petrified wood, absolutely. Joint pain, we did that. And herniated discs, I'm so sorry. Herniated disc, I usually do pain and inflammation, which is lapis, which is here. And Amazonite, because this is wonderful. When we get into the spine and spinal nerves, this is a really great stone. It's also wonderful for reminding the caregivers to receive care. So this is a good one to help enable you to say like, hey, take care of yourself. It's, like I said, great for like neuro issues, but especially the spine and the spinal nerves, all of that. So definitely for the disc issue, this can be really helpful. It's also great for calming too. And again, when can we ever have too much of that? So I'm going to bring in Amazonite. Awesome. So sorry you're not feeling well. Let's do this one. So this is a big old piece of petrified wood. I have petrified wood all over the house. Petrified wood was a living tree and it had to die before it could be reborn into a stone, petrified wood. This is a stone that reminds us that change is often uncomfortable, but that transition is really beautiful. And so it helps us to move through difficult change. Those times where it just seems like everything is ending before it can begin again. I very much equate this with like the death card in the tarot. And it can be very grounding for those kinds of things. So I will bring this in. So difficult change, but worth it change. Petrified wood. Awesome. And I hope that that helps. Celestite and selenite, absolutely. Oh, Vincent, I didn't see you come in there. It's so good to see you. Honey calcite and rose quartz for Patty and Key. That's our other favorite. Rose quartz. So sorry, heart. And we'll definitely bring in blue apatite and emotional pain. I literally have that written on the envelope for this. I'm going to bring in some shungite. This helps to clear the energy field, but it also really supports physical recovery and tissue repair. And since so many of you are like going through surgeries and injured and things like that, this is super helpful. But it also helps to relieve stress. It helps greatly to relieve emotional pain, and it can help to break up energy blocks related to that too. It also really helps clear your energy field and can help protect you from the impact of electromagnetic fields if you're one of those folks that happens to be sensitive to those. So that's shungite. And so I feel like that can definitely help. Let's bring in some blue apatite. And I'm just going to keep bouncing around, but I'll get to everyone's requests. Blue apatite is a really hilarious name for something that is related to our relationship to food, but here we are. But this helps definitely with that. If you have any goals around weight loss or weight gain, this is a superb stone to have in your collection. It also helps with having courage on your soul path, as well as strengthening the aura. So if you're someone who takes on energy too easily from others, this can really help. It also helps to bring a little bit more harmony and peace. So this is very much in alignment with Greg and Susan's request. And yeah, in general, anything that has to do with if you put your stress into eating or not eating, this can help to remediate that, support you in changing that pattern. So let's bring this in front of the green kyanite. Making a mess with rocks. There we go. Honey calcite can also be really supportive. This is really helpful for optimism in even the most challenging of times, and attracting good people into your life, good friends, colleagues, neighbors. If you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for a new place to live, if there's going to be new people around, keep some honey calcite around. Definitely great with attracting the right people. And it also is thought to help support postmenopausal women as well. But I absolutely love this. Let's see. Put that right there next to the yellow calcite. Honey calcite helps with the balance of the sacral chakra, the sense of self and self-identity, and the sacral, which is where we relate to other people. It can help with that balance there. Rose quartz is exceptional for unconditional love and just feeling supportive, feeling a consistent supply of really good, heart-centered, nurturing energy that can help you to more easily let go of things that aren't serving you any longer. So if you have any emotional pain, this can be a really wonderful stone. I'm going to put that under the snowflake obsidian. And let's see. Oh yes, and a good reminder, please hit the like button. Thank you. I always forget the YouTuber stuff. Cora Carr, lots of love. BTS Army, welcome in. W, what stone was that? The one I just did was honey calcite. The one before honey calcite was blue apatite. That was the one with relationship to food and things. And before that was shungite. That was the black stone. Let me know if I didn't touch on the one you were looking for. I hope you're doing well, Cora Carr. Lots of love to you. It's good to see you. Let me know how I can support you. We have some related quartz in there, and we definitely set the intention that it helps support your stepfather. But I'm happy to help in any other way. Oh, there, now I see it. Labradorite we have out. Malachite, white labradorite for transformation change. Absolutely. Memory loss. Absolutely. Now let's quickly put some pyrite out here. Pyrite not only helps to attract financial abundance, but it also helps with the lungs, fever, and the brain and memory. It can also help to aid intuition and protect you while you're opening up to that intuition. But yeah, so whether you're calling in financial abundance, whether you're asking for support around memory, great stone is pyrite. And that is actually fool's gold. Let's see, malachite. Malachite is another stone that can be really helpful for difficult change. Anytime that our life is changing and moving, sometimes we have to let go of things that we're really attached to and emotionally attached to. This helps to move through that change and letting go on a deeply emotional level, whether it's grieving or whether it's like the bittersweet of like leaving a job or graduating or ending a relationship. This can help move that heart-centered pain through and out. So this will also be supportive of heart. So this is malachite. Malachite is usually found close to copper deposits underground. And white labradorite, yeah. White labradorite is, in my experience, and I've worked with jewelers and stuff, so that side of the jewelry trade, white labradorite is often named rainbow moonstone. It actually is, it is one and the same. And this is white labradorite or rainbow moonstone. This is one that I very much equate with high level of connection to intuition, our spirit guides, helpers, and angels. It helps with clairaudience and clairvoyance, but it can be exceptionally helpful with getting messages, sharing those messages, and just being one with spirit. It can be very empowering of your unique intuitive gifts as well. So I'm going to put that in there. And transformation change. Good one. We have some petrified wood under it too, so that's really good for empowering that change. Oh, honey calcite is good for postmenopause and also unakite. So let me grab that because that was requested. So unakite is great for any part of a woman's life that involves hormonal shifts at all. Onset of menses, menopause, prenatal, postpartum, pregnancy, fertility, all of it. It's also great for fluids in the body and supporting heart health and for metabolism, as well as quitting smoking. And it's even thought to help support good, solid relationships. It's thought to be a good marriage stone. So this is unakite. So this can be really helpful for menopause. And hey, Lisa. Pink tourmaline as well. Pink tourmaline helps with migraines and neuralgia, which is nerve pain. But it's also great for everything having to do with gynecologic health. Whether it's period issues, mother-baby bonding, or anything else, this can be really supportive. It's also great for muscle weakness and helping to dispel, like if you have a negative self-image and you want to break that down, this can be really helpful. So I'm going to put some of these because they're so small, just there we go. You're very welcome. And gotcha, green calcite. PMS, tension, and headaches, definitely the pink calcite, or the pink tourmaline. Yeah, well, you requested that. And we've got green calcite is my favorite go-to for anxiety, and especially for how we hold anxiety in our body, the tension that it builds. It can be really helpful for that. So this also helps to, this actually eases anxiety, and I did note down nervousness and even laughter at your own expense. So this can kind of like lighten the mood. So this can bring in a little laughter, and I know Patty was sort of looking for that. But yeah, it's great for anxiety in general. So let's see. Let's do a piece here and a piece here. Green calcite. And golden healer quartz. Unfortunately, I don't. Patience and migraines. Migraines, definitely pink calcite, Catherine. And patience. Howlite helps a little. Dumortierite helps more. So this is dumortierite. This can help quite a few different things. It's definitely great for tidiness if you struggle with that, but also pent up anger. It helps with standing up for yourself. It helps to increase patience and sort of relieve the impacts of anger. It's also great for ligaments and tendons. So for some of you with joint issues, this might be helpful too. Yeah, and it also is thought to support anything that's either chaotic or that seems hopeless. This is a good stone to hold on to in those cases as well. So this is dumortierite. I'm going to put one here and here. Okay, so that can definitely help. Healing and strengthening the right knee. Definitely Howlite, which is here, and polychrome jasper, which is under each side. That helps the extremities to move, the joints and the entire extremity to move. So I hope that that helps. Celestite and selenite, I missed those. Let's bring in that celestite. This helps us to better connect with our angel guides. It's good for all manner of physical pain, and for sometimes it's hard to tell if we're thinking about something and getting worked up over it, or if our intuition is telling us that there's something to worry about. This is a stone that can help you differentiate the two. But very angelic, can help you connect with your angels, kind of helps lift you out of your physical body and into the etheric body a little more, which I think improves your experience around pain. So it can be helpful for that too. So There we go. And selenite. I'm just going to go ahead and put that at the top of here because the only ones I have are large. Selenite is super pretty. Super pretty. It reflects nothing but pure white light. This is a stone that can help you to clear the energy of other stones, to clear your own aura, and just deflect like nothing. It basically displaces not great energy by reflecting nothing but pure white. It's very powerful as a clearer, but on a physical level, it's very weak. This is one of the stones that you can't put in water. So selenite can help. It can also help facilitate connection with your spirit guides as well. So good to see you here. Oh, you have golden healer quartz for me? Thank you, Korakar. Clear opal earrings. Wondering what types of properties it has. Opal, my experience of working with opal is that it helps to protect and shield a person doing work so that they don't, especially spiritual work, like it was sacred to the shamans. When they would do work in the spirit realms, it would kind of keep them cloaked or hidden from anything negative that might try to do them harm. And I think that it has the same properties in real life, but I'm going to do some more digging and research into opal. A lot of the more modern books don't talk about it, so I need to go into my older books, my very out of print books, or my reprint of a book written in 1915 and all those good ones to learn a little bit more, but that's how I've always worked with it, is like to be protective. So I'm going to bring that in because Blue Sky requested it, but this is actually fire opal. And so I'll bring that in. And let's see. For help with immunity support, definitely there's moss agate in there, which helps with anything spreading through the body really quick. And Malachite is thought to give the immune system a little bit of a boost. So I'm going to bring that in. Malachite also goes by Australia jasper. And this is a stone that helps us to accept change and make decisions too. So if you've ever had that, we're kind of resistant to the change, so we feel like, well, I don't want to make the decision because then it's final. This is a good stone for that. It's also thought to be helpful for bladder pain. So if you're struggling with a UTI, this is going to be one of the things that helps with the pain while that's going away. So Malachite. I'm going to put one here and one here. You're welcome. Let's see. Let's go ahead and say, let's take some of Chris's that are still outstanding. Herkimer, blue kyanite, Herkimer, blue kyanite, amethyst, oh, chevron amethyst, even better, Howlite, Peridot. Peridot is helpful for breaking old habits and cycles and patterns that are holding us back. It's also great for if you've put on any weight and you're looking to lose some weight, this can help support that. It's supportive of mental health and also to help you really build up the relationships that are best for you in your life. The relationships with people that encourage you to be the best version of yourself. It's also great for anything having to do with digestion, really everything from acid reflux to Crohn's to celiacs to anything like that. So we'll bring in Peridot. Okay. Hey, good to see you, Kanta. Let's see. Let's also do some Howlite. This can help with money management, sleep disturbances, especially if they're caused by like intuitive energy, fever, and helps with spiritual sight, so clairvoyance. Howlite. Chevron amethyst helps us with connecting to the divine and the spirit realm. It aids with channeling, shamanic journeying, any kind of visionary work or working with your guides, also with manifesting. It basically, the chevrons are those white lines you see in there. If these specimens were larger, you would notice that those up and downs, they go on like chevron. So it's thought that it helps to take the spiritual messages up to spirit and then return the message or answer or words of wisdom. So this is a beautiful stone I'm going to bring in. Let's see. Yep. Herkimer diamond also helps with manifesting. This is a stone that, first of all, helps us to be in the present moment and able to experience our life truly and fully as it is right in this second. And if we're manifesting, that's a powerful place to do it from. But this helps to also, much like the chevron amethyst, bring messages up and return messages back. It can help harmonize energies that just seem out of sync, as well as support metabolism and intuition. Actually, I'm going to put these right alongside our rose quartz. And blue kyanite helps us to better understand the spiritual messages that are coming through. So if you've been struggling with like, I feel like I hear it, but I don't know if I get it, this can be really supportive. It's also very supportive in the loving yourself exactly as you are type of way, and in a world that tries to make us feel less than all the time, this can be a really radical act to say, I love myself exactly as I am. It's also thought to be supportive for certain types of neurological issues, especially related to stroke and anything that would impact the mind in ways that impact speech and mobility. So that's blue kyanite. And last but not least is amethyst. Amethyst, like not chevron amethyst, but plain old amethyst, really, really helpful for taking control of ourselves, taking responsibility for our actions, and for supporting us through making really meaningful internal change. It helps to lighten things up a little bit if you are doing some self-healing work, some self-improvement work, and you feel like really down on yourself or disappointed in yourself. This can help you kind of dust yourself off, pick yourself up and say, well, it's a new day. We're doing things differently now. Let's start here. So also great for better sleep. So with that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to ask you all a favor to go ahead into the chat section and share anything that you are grateful for. That'll help lift the energy and boost the energy of the session. I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, how it works, and what to expect during the session. And then we're going to get on into the Reiki. So while you're entering in your gratitude, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I truly appreciate it. It really does help folks to discover the channel and also helps those notifications that you've set to actually go out. So please go ahead and do that. I'll explain the Reiki, and thank you so much for being here. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification courses, to schedule a one-on-one distance session or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, go ahead and visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description. And I've been teaching Reiki for, it'll be 15 years in September. And the style of Reiki that I work with most is known as Usui Reiki. Reiki has basically become almost a catch-all term for energy work, and that's totally fine. But specifically, Usui's methodology is what I'm trained in and what I practice and what I teach. So this method is named after its founder, Mikao Usui, and he created this technique in the early 1920s in Japan. And it was, by design, deeply spiritual, very impactful, and approachable and accessible to work with, but at the same time, very secular. So this is a big part of why it's so beloved in the West. But essentially, the theory about what energy is at the core and foundation of Usui's practice is the concept of energy that we see in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan. And in this system, everyone and everything has a soul. All of these souls are interconnected, and there's definitely a bit of an energy connection between all. Within that interconnection, there are spiritual forces at play as well, one of which is a spiritually guided life force energy or spiritually guided soul energy. That's thought to be flowing through everyone and everything everywhere, and that our body, mind, and spirit are already working with that energy to bring about the greatest healing balance that we can have moment to moment. Essentially, Usui's techniques help me to connect to that energy and direct more of it to you wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be watching this. So if you are watching this as a video replay, you're definitely going to enjoy it just as much. And if you're here live and you find that you need some Reiki and I'm not live, go ahead and check out our past live stream healings. There's almost 300 videos for you to choose from. You can just pick it by the picture of the grid on the thumbnail, and it's there for you. You can always skip ahead to the healing if you want to, but during the healing, while I'm sending the Reiki, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice the lights moving slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will it flash or strobe, and I'll turn the music up. So if you'd like to learn more about our musical creator or check out her other work, she's linked in the bottom of the description as well. I will go ahead and connect to Usui Reiki and send to all of you when and wherever you happen to be. For 25 minutes, and at that point you'll hear my voice come in, invite you to come back to your body, and I'll reopen the chat for you to ask any questions or share anything that was impactful for you. During the session, you don't need to do anything. I recommend that you get as physically comfortable as you can, lay down, sit up, whatever feels right to you. You can also move around though. You can get a couple stretches in, you can journal, whatever feels right, but generally, I recommend that you just find a cozy spot, close your eyes, and just relax and let the Reiki flow. You may notice some physical sensations. Emotionally, you may have some emotions rise up or become released. Mentally, you may be able to process some things you haven't been able to. And spiritually, you may get an intuition or some encouragement of some kind or a big breakthrough moment. You also may just have a really beautiful healing sleep, and isn't that wonderful? Whatever the case is, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You don't have to focus on anything. Just be. And at the end of the session, like I said, I'll welcome you back and I'll answer any questions. So thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. So let's go ahead and head into the session. Yes, laughter is absolutely underrated. BTS Army, I'm really glad you are too. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, congratulations, Korakar. Oh, these are beautiful. Okay, so thank you all so much. I am going to go ahead, turn those lights down, and start sending Reiki to you. I will send until 5:30. Unfortunately, I do have a hard cutoff time on Wednesdays because I teach at 5:30. But absolutely enjoy your session, and I will see you at 5:30. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body and come back to the room that you're in. Thank you so much for being here. It was an honor and a privilege as always. If you have any questions or anything to share, I invite you to use the chat now. And as a reminder, I'll be back Friday at 4 and 8 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m. all East Coast U.S. time. You can see my full weekly schedule. I'm here 5 times a week, same days, same times. They're all listed in the description below, as is a link to my email newsletter and my social media. You're welcome, Kanta. And Heart, I'm so grateful that you're so grateful. Love to you too. You're so welcome, Queen Libra. Oh, thank you, Patty and Key. Yeah, I'm getting used to the new camera. It has a lot more functionality and it's like, ooh, fancy. It's amazing how quick technology goes. Like, I started the channel in like March of last year. And so in a year's time, this is the same company, an upgraded model, and significantly cheaper. It's like, what? It's just a year. Oh, wonderful, Fawn. You're welcome, Catherine and W and Patty and Key. Queen Libra, you may just feel like, you may feel any number of ways. Oftentimes I feel like a little slow and kind of almost like I just woke up from a nap, but better. It's sort of like halfway in between completing a meditation and waking up from a nap. You're welcome, Lisa. Yeah, if anyone wants to know about this camera, shockingly, it was only $30. I'm happy to put the link to it in the description. It's a big upgrade. Yeah, tech does move really fast, especially when it comes to like streaming and things about Zoom, because we're just never going back to the way things were. So the technology is leaping ahead and the prices are getting way more reasonable. Next, I'll upgrade the camera for the crystals, and that'll be even better. And Queen Libra. Oh, yes, put the link. Okay, I'll put that in the description later on tonight. I'll put it in there. But yeah, this is it's been an honor to work with all of you. I hope you all take care. And actually, I'll put the link for all of my equipment. Maybe at some point I'll do a video on it, like how to start out with with little and do much, because that's what I do. But yeah, it's a Nexigo N60 is the name of it. But I'll put a link to it in the description later tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close now so I can go and teach my class and you all can have a wonderful rest of your day. If you feel disconnected in a way that's like not super comfortable, consider soaking your feet in Epsom salt or a little bit of regular sea salt or table salt. That can often help move the energy out a little easier. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care and bye for now.